Hey everyone, welcome back to PRN Test Drive. Today I've got the keys to this 2024 Acura TLX Type S. And we're gonna do a walk around, POV style, go for a drive, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about my perspective on how this car drives. Now we've already featured this vehicle as a full review on our channel, so feel free to check that out. In terms of the looks, this car looks fantastic. You got the long hood, a traditional sedan body style, which I love, but don't be fooled because despite having a long hood, this is actually a front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system, meaning that the engine is mounted transversely. But it's got a 3-liter turbocharged V6 that puts out 355 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque. Power is made it through a 10-speed automatic transmission, which is the only transmission available, no manual at all. And then in terms of all-wheel drive system, it's got the Acura super handling all-wheel drive system, meaning you could push 70% of the power to the rear wheels and 100% of that to the outer wheel when necessary. Now, in terms of suspension setup, we've got a double wishbone setup in the front and a multi-link setup in the rear. You also get adaptive dampers with this vehicle. And then wheels and tires, these Y-spoke rims look fantastic. They're 20-inch rims wrapped in P0 tires that are 255 wide all around. You also get 4-piston brakes, 4-piston Brembo brakes up front, and a single piston caliper in the rear. Over to the back side of the vehicle, the rear 3/4 angle, I think, is the best looking part of the car. This just looks great. You get quad exhaust pipes, which are huge. I can literally put my fist in there. It sounds quite nice. It's missing the pops and crackles that you get from the Acura Type S, but the V6 tone is high pitch and I really enjoy it. Now let's jump into the rear because I have some comments there. Despite this being a fairly nicely sized sedan, the inside feels a little bit cramped. I get okay amount of legroom, but headroom just feels a little bit cramped. It feels like it's not really great use of space. The Integra, on the other hand, feels much more spacious despite being a smaller vehicle. The middle seat here is really awkward because it sits significantly higher than the side 2 seats, and I cannot sit straight, which I find to be really, really weird. Anyway, the red looks great though. Before going on a drive, there's one more thing you need to know about this vehicle. This vehicle weighs over 1,900 kilos, which, to put it into perspective, the Acura Type S weighs in at 1,460 kilos. This is about 500 kilos more than that, but of course this is also a more powerful engine. So something to note there. Let's see what those 500 kilos translate into on a drive. Alright guys, we've gone on a drive. Here are my final thoughts. The TLX Type S is a great looking vehicle. The Y-spoke rims look great. The exhaust sounds great, especially on wide open throttles. When this car changes gears, it gives you a nice little pop. It, yeah, gets the excitement going for sure. The super handling all-wheel drive system also works wonders for this vehicle, making the car planted and feel quite neutral instead of a front heavy vehicle like what this feels like. It doesn't really swing the back end out or anything like that, but it feels good to drive. The automatic transmission works great on its own. However, when you want to do manual shifts, it really doesn't like it. There's some lag between gears, and also it wouldn't let you manual shift first gear ever. You can't shift down to first. You also can't shift out of first manually. Kind of weird like that. Probably keeping it to automatic will be your best shot. There's also no masking of how heavy this vehicle is. You definitely feel the weight on the road, especially on turns and stuff. This vehicle comes in at about 66,000 Canadian dollars. What do you guys think about the price? What do you guys think about the vehicle? Do you think this vehicle is worth the price? Would you get the European instead for a lot more money and a little bit more fun? Or would you stick to something like this? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.